The glass doesn't shatter, but the sound of Kaylin Drake's phone hitting the marble counter is sharp enough that it feels like it does. Alawan doesn't flinch. She's learned not to. You want to talk about this now? Kaylin's voice slices through the Chicago penthouse. Low, controlled, impatient. He stands in the kitchen in a half-unbuttoned white dress shirt, sleeves shoved to his forearms, jaw locked like he's holding back a growl. Alawan sets the contract folder down with surgical calm. I want to talk about why you missed dinner with your son. I was working. You were with her. Silence, thick, heavy, alpha heavy. Kaylin's dark brown eyes narrow. Don't start. Alawan's wolf stirs, not to attack, just to stop shrinking. 7 years, Kaylin. I'm not starting. I'm finishing. His nostrils flare. You're acting like a jealous subordinate. The word hits like a slap because it's not an argument. It's a dismissal. Alawan takes one step toward the hall and points toward the cracked door of their son's room. Warm light spills out like a tiny sanctuary. He waited for you. Kaylin's stare flicks toward the hallway for half a second, like a man checking an exit, not a father checking a child. Then he turns away. That's the first betrayal tonight. Alawan walks into Caius' room and lowers herself in front of his bed. Caius Drake is 5, small and serious, clutching a stuffed wolf to his chest like it's the only thing in the penthouse that doesn't leave. His short black hair is messy from tossing in sheets he shouldn't have been awake in. His dark brown eyes lift to her. Mom, he whispers. Are we really leaving? The question lands straight in her ribs. Alawan brushes his hair back with fingers that don't shake even when her heart does. Not yet. But you said, I know what I said. Caius twists the wolf's fur. Can we give him 3 full moons? Caius says quietly. 3 chances. Alawan's throat burns. 1,000 chances have already bled out behind her. But her son isn't asking like an accountant. He's asking like a child who still believes in miracles. 3 chances, she whispers. Caius nods solemn. 3 full moons. If he chooses us, we stay. If he doesn't, he swallows, eyes shining, and doesn't finish. Alawan wants to tell him the truth, that a man who has to be begged to love you isn't love. But Caius doesn't need a lesson. He needs hope. She presses a kiss to his forehead and makes herself promise something she's not sure she can survive. Okay, she whispers. 3 chances. Caius exhales like he's been holding his breath for years. Alawan leaves the room and finds Kaylin by the windows, the Chicago skyline spread under him like a kingdom. He's on his phone, pacing, already gone. I have an early meeting, he says without looking at her. Lyra's flying in tonight. Alawan stops mid-step. Lyra! Kaylin's gaze flicks up, impatient. She's consulting on the new security protocol. The one I designed. Kaylin's face barely changes, just a faint tightening around the mouth. Guilt flickers there and dies before it can become apology. She has experience I need. She left you, Alawan says softly, the night before your bonding ceremony. She vanished and you went half feral. That was years ago. And now she's back, Alawan says. Convenient. Kaylin's eyes harden. Are you jealous? Alawan lets a laugh slip out, short, hollow. Jealous? No, I'm tired. He steps closer, dominance rolling off him like cold smoke. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Alawan looks at him, really looks, and something settles in her chest like a door locking. She turns, grabs her jacket, and walks toward the elevator. Behind her, Kaylin's voice follows like an order. Alawan. She doesn't turn. Don't do something you'll regret. The elevator doors close, trapping her with her reflection. A Luna in a cream blazer, eyes too steady, mouth too calm, a woman who stopped begging a long time ago. In the lobby, her phone buzzes. Unknown number. She opens it. A photo. Kaylin and Lyra across from each other in a private restaurant lounge she recognizes. One Kaylin only uses when he doesn't want witnesses. Timestamp. Tonight. 2 hours ago, while Caius was waiting. Under the photo, one line. He still dreams of her. Alawan's fingers go numb. Not because she's surprised, because she's finally done pretending she is. Before we continue, if you're new to the Luna Werewolf Romance Stories pack, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss when we drop the next story. Trust me, you'll want to know what happens next. Now back to the story. Kaylin doesn't come home. Elowen wakes to an empty bed and a voicemail she doesn't want, but plays anyway while making Caius breakfast. Kaylin's voice is clipped, businesslike. I'm at the office. Lyra and I worked through the night. I'll be home late. Don't wait up. Caius pauses with his spoon midair. Is father coming to my presentation? Elowen's chest tightens. I don't know, sweetheart. Oh. Caius keeps eating like he's trying to swallow disappointment so it won't show on his face. Elowen texts anyway. Caius has his presentation today. 3 p.m. The reply comes an hour later. Can't make it. Lyra's briefing the board. Elowen stares until the words blur. Then she puts her phone down and keeps breathing, because if she doesn't, she'll rip something apart. At Ironvale headquarters, the executive floor smells wrong. Not smoke, not blood. Perfume. Floral. Expensive. Deliberate. Lyra Ashbourne stands outside Kaylin's office like she owns the hallway. She looks polished. Black sheath dress, heels like knives, hair styled in loose waves that frame a face built for cameras. She smiles like they're old friends. Elowen, she says, it's been a while. Elowen keeps her expression blank. Has it? Lyra's eyes sweep her, assessing, dismissing, deciding. Kaylin speaks so highly of you. He says you're essential. The pause before essential is a blade twist. I do my job, Elowen says. Lyra steps closer, lowering her voice so only Elowen can hear. And you did it beautifully, keeping his life neat while he grieved me. Elowen's wolf rises under her skin, hackles up. Lyra's smile warms. Between us, he's been carrying too much weight. He needs someone who understands him. Really understands him. And that's you? Elowen asks, calm as ice. Lyra tilts her head. I was his first choice. You were the safe one. The words land hard. Elowen's expression doesn't shift. She's been swallowing pain in public for years. Good luck with the briefing, she says and walks past. Lyra's voice follows her, sweet as poison. Oh, Elowen, Kaylin asked me to sit in on today's client meeting, the one you usually handle. Elowen stops, turns. Lyra is still smiling. Just thought you should know. The client meeting is a slow execution. Lyra charms people Elowen spent months earning, laughing at the right moments, touching Kaylin's arm like she belongs there, presenting strategies that are just Elowen's notes in a prettier font. Kaylin sits at the head of the table, nodding at Lyra. Not once does he correct her. Not once does he look at Elowen. When the meeting ends, Kaylin guides Lyra toward his office with his hand resting lightly at her lower back, as if she's fragile, as if she's precious. Something inside Elowen cracks, not her heart, her patience. She leaves early, picks Caius up, sits with him in the car. Did father say he's coming? Caius asks, eyes on his backpack. Elowen grips the steering wheel so hard her knuckles whiten. No, baby, he can't make it. Caius nods, no tears, just acceptance. Maybe next time, he whispers. Elowen's wolf howls behind her ribs. That night, Kaylin comes home after midnight. Elowen is waiting in the dark living room, a glass of water untouched in front of her like a failed truce. You're still up, Kaylin says, loosening his tie. We need to talk. Not tonight. Kaylin. I said not tonight. He walks past her. Elowen follows. She's trying to replace me, Elowen says quietly. You know that, right? Kaylin unbuttons his shirt without looking at her. Lyra's helping. She's taking over my accounts, my meetings. You're being jealous. The word is ice water down Elowen's spine. Jealous, she repeats. Kaylin finally looks at her. Detached, distant, like she's a problem file he wants closed. Yes, Lyra's here to work. If you can't handle that, maybe you need to step back. Step back from the empire she built, from the pack she stabilized, from the life she held together while he chased a ghost. And Caius? Elowen asks, voice sharp now. What does he need to step back from? His father? Kalen's jaw tightens. I provide for this family. You think money is what he needs from you? Kalen turns away, reaching for his phone. I don't have time for this. And Elowen knows. She isn't his Luna. She's his excuse. She goes to Caius's room and finds him awake, eyes open in the dark. He whispers before she can speak. Chance one, Caius says. Elowen freezes. Her 5-year-old doesn't sound like a child. He sounds like someone marking a grave. The next morning, Kalen makes it official. At the executive briefing, the room is packed. Board members, senior staff, pack elders who like to pretend they're just observing. Elowen stands near the back, arms crossed, face blank. Kalen's voice is steady. Effective immediately, Lyra Ashbourne will serve as my personal senior advisor. Silence. Everyone knows what that means. Everyone knows who that seat belonged to. Lyra smiles like she's graciously accepting charity instead of stealing a throne. Elowen walks out before anyone can see her hands shake. Caius is waiting in the car when she reaches the garage. Is father coming home for dinner? He asks, hopeful like it physically hurts him to hope. Elowen buckles her seatbelt. No, sweetheart. Oh, his little face is calm. Too calm. Elowen? He whispers. Yes, baby. 2 chances left. Elowen starts the car, and when her phone buzzes with another unknown message, she doesn't open it. Not the first, not the second. But the third message lands like a punch because it isn't just words. It's proof. 3 photos. Kalen and Lyra laughing, leaning close, his hand on her shoulder like he's forgotten it belongs on his mate. Under the last photo, he chose her the moment she came back. Elowen's vision blurs. She doesn't cry. She drives. And in the rearview mirror, the Iron Vale building grows smaller. For the first time in 7 years, that doesn't terrify her. It relieves her. Lyra doesn't just take Elowen's work. She takes her air. The corporate floor smells like coffee and polished stone, but underneath it clings that jasmine floral claim. Lyra's perfume. Elowen pushes into Kalen's office without knocking. Kalen sits behind his desk. Lyra is perched on the edge of it, laughing at something he said, like the desk is a throne and she's already crowned. They look up. The laughter dies. Elowen, Kalen says, not a greeting, a warning. We need to finalize the Singapore contract, Elowen says evenly. The clients are waiting. Lyra tilts her head. Oh, Kalen and I already handled that this morning. Elowen's stomach drops. That was my account. Was, Lyra echoes, standing. Slow, deliberate. Kalen thought it made sense for me to take point. You've been stretched thin. Elowen looks at Kalen. Is that true? Kalen clicks a pen once. Lyra has fresh perspective. The client responded well. Fresh perspective. 7 years of Elowen's blood and brain reduced to a phrase. I built that relationship, Elowen says. And now it's transitioned, Kalen replies. That's business. Lyra steps close enough that Elowen can smell her claim. Change is hard, she murmurs, like she's consoling a child. But Kalen needs wolves who can keep up. Elowen turns to leave. Lyra stops her with a final smile. Oh, one more thing. Lunch with the board today, senior team only. Her gaze flicks downward. I'm sure you understand. Elowen walks out. In the elevator, her phone buzzes. A message from executive admin. Your keycard access to the senior conference room has been revoked. Elowen stares until the elevator reaches the garage. Then she sits in her car and doesn't move for 10 minutes. Not because she's weak, because she's calculating. That afternoon is Caius's school showcase. He's been talking about it all week. Wolves, pack loyalty, protection. He drew pictures, practiced lines, asked her if it was good enough. It's perfect, she told him every time. Now she stands at the back of the classroom while other parents crowd around their kids. Caius scans the room, eyes searching, looking past her, looking for Kalen. The teacher claps. All right, Caius, you're up first. Caius steps to the front, holding his poster board with both hands. His fingers tremble. He looks at the door one more time. Then he starts. Wolves are strong, he says, voice small but steady. They protect their pack. They're loyal, and they... The door opens. Kaya's face lights up. Elowen's breath catches. Kaylin steps in. Relief hits her so hard it makes her dizzy. He came. He actually... Then Lyra walks in behind him, and beside her is a boy, maybe 7, holding her hand. The boy wears the Iron Veil crest on his jacket. Elowen's blood turns to ice. Kaylin doesn't sit with Elowen. He sits with Lyra. Kaya stares, confused. Father? Kaylin nods once. Go ahead. But Caius is staring at the other boy now, at the crest, at the fact that someone is wearing his place-like clothing. Caius stumbles through the rest of his presentation. His voice cracks twice. When he finishes, the applause is polite. Kaylin leans toward Lyra, whispering something Elowen can't hear. The teacher smiles. This month's outstanding student is Caius Drake. Caius's face lights up again, hope flooding him like it hurts. He looks at Kaylin. Kaylin is watching Lyra's son. Lyra leans close to Kaylin, voice loud enough for others to hear. It's a shame my son wasn't eligible this term. He would have loved to compete. Kaylin says nothing. That silence is a knife. Caius takes the certificate with both hands like it's fragile. He walks toward Kaylin, holding it out like an offering. Father, Kaylin stands abruptly. We need to go. I have a call in 20 minutes. Caius freezes. Lyra rises too, smoothing her dress. She glances at the certificate and smiles all teeth. Maybe next time, she says sweetly, the competition will be more fair. Elowen crosses the room in 3 strides and puts herself between Caius and that humiliation. She lays a hand on his shoulder and speaks loudly enough for the room to hear. Congratulations, baby. I'm proud of you. Caius doesn't cry. He folds the certificate carefully and puts it in his backpack like he's tucking away a part of himself. Kaylin walks out without looking back. Lyra follows. Her son waves at Caius like they're friends. That night, Elowen tucks Caius into bed. He stares at the ceiling. Mom? Yes, sweetheart. Did I do something wrong? Elowen's throat closes. No, you were perfect. Then why didn't he stay? Elowen doesn't have an answer that won't break him. Caius turns to the wall, blanket up to his chin. His voice is steady and small. 2 chances left. Elowen kisses his forehead and leaves before he can see her cry. In the hallway, she leans against the wall and lets the pain roll through her. Hot, humiliating, endless. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number again. A video this time. Kaylin and Lyra in a private lounge laughing, his hand on her knee. Timestamp, 2 hours ago, while Elowen was putting their son to bed. The message beneath it is short. He's not coming back to you. Elowen deletes the message. Then she opens her laptop. Neutral pact territories, bond severance law, safe houses outside Iron Veil jurisdiction. Lawyers who understand what an alpha can do when he decides your no isn't allowed. She doesn't sleep. When Kaylin comes home at 3 a.m. smelling like jasmine and lies, she pretends she's asleep, but her eyes stay open in the dark. Counting. 2 chances left. Kaylin doesn't come home the next night, or the one after. Elowen stops asking where he is, stops texting, stops waiting. She focuses on what she can control. Caius, the exit plan, survival. On the 3rd morning, she gets a message from Kaylin's assistant. The Alpha requests your presence at the estate tonight. 7 p.m., formal dress, no reason, no apology, just a summons. Elowen deletes it. At 6:30, her phone rings. Kaylin's voice is cold. You're not coming? I have plans. Cancel them. No. A pause, then the alpha in his voice drops like a command into her bones. This isn't a request. Elowen's hand tightens around the phone. And I'm not your assistant. If you want me there, tell me why. Silence. Then the call ends. 10 minutes later, the penthouse door opens. Kaylin walks in, suit immaculate, tie loose, jaw set like he's hunting. We need to talk, he says. Now you want to talk. Kaylin crosses his arms. Lyra thinks, I don't care what Lyra thinks. His eyes narrow. She's concerned about your behavior. Elowen laughs, sharp, bitter. My behavior. You've been distant, uncooperative. The board is noticing. The board, Elowen repeats slowly, that I've kept from tearing you apart for 7 years while you played alpha. Kaylin's jaw tightens. You're letting personal feelings interfere with pack stability. Personal feelings? Elowen steps closer. You missed your son's award. You replaced me with your ex. You come home wearing her scent, and you're lecturing me about stability? Kaylin's expression doesn't shift. Lyra is helping stabilize. Lyra is helping herself. That's enough. No, Elowen says, voice low and sharp. Because I have been enough for 7 years. Enough when you ignored me. Enough when you forgot our anniversary. Enough when you treated our son like a stranger. And it still wasn't enough for you. Kaylin's eyes are flat. Are you finished? That's when Elowen realizes it. He isn't angry. He isn't guilty. He's waiting for her to stop talking so he can leave. Yeah, she says quietly. I'm finished. Kaylin nods once, already reaching for his phone. Dinner starts at 7. Wear the blue dress. Elowen's voice stops him like a wall. I'm not going. Kaylin pauses. You need to be there, he says without turning. Why? So Lyra can humiliate me in front of your investors too? So people don't start asking questions? Elowen's stomach twists. Questions about what? Kaylin turns and his eyes are empty. About whether my Luna is stable enough to stand beside me. The words hit like a physical blow. Elowen's vision whites at the edges. Get out, she whispers. You're emotional, Kaylin says. We'll talk when you've calmed down. Get out. He leaves, and Elowen stands in the penthouse with her hands shaking, chest heaving, something in her cracking wide open. Not her heart, her resolve. She opens the encrypted folder she's built in secret. Accounts, legal precedents, territory maps, and a contact, a severance attorney in neutral jurisdiction. Her finger hovers over the number, a small sound behind her. Kaya stands barefoot in the hall, stuffed wolf in his arms. Mom! Elowen wipes her face fast. Hey, baby, what are you doing up? I heard yelling. His voice is tiny. Is father leaving again? Elowen kneels and pulls him into her arms. Yes, sweetheart, he is. Caius is silent for a long moment. Then he whispers, Can we use another chance? Elowen's chest aches. Not yet, she murmurs. We're saving them. Caius nods against her shoulder. Okay. Elowen holds him tighter. Over his head, her eyes lock on the phone in her hand. 2 chances left. But she's already planning what happens when they run out. The Ironvale estate is lit like a stage when Elowen arrives. She didn't want to come, but Caius asked if father would be there, and Elowen couldn't lie to him again. They move through marble halls lined with wolves in designer suits. Caius's tiny black suit makes him look even smaller. His fingers crush hers. Do you see him? He whispers. Elowen scans the room. Kaylin stands at the head table beside Lyra. Lyra wears red, bold, commanding. And beside her is the boy again, wearing the Ironvale crest. Elowen's stomach drops. Caius spots Kaylin and pulls away before Elowen can stop him, weaving through guests like a desperate little arrow. Elowen, someone calls, but she doesn't hear. Caius reaches the table and looks up. Father, he says, I came. Kaylin glances down. No warmth. No pride. You shouldn't be here, he says. This is a board event. Caius's face falls. But go sit with your mother. Lyra leans in, voice sweet as poison. Kaylin, don't be harsh. He's just excited. Her eyes slide to Caius. But your father's right, sweetheart. This isn't really a place for children. She gestures to her son. Except for those who've earned it. Elowen's wolf snarls. Her fists clench. Caius swallows. I can earn it too. I won the award at school. Caius. Kaylin's voice cuts through the room. Not now. The air changes. People stare. Caius's lip trembles, but he doesn't cry. He steps back. Okay, he whispers. Elowen moves and pulls him to her side. He's your son, she says quietly to Kalen. Kalen meets her gaze. I know, he says, and turns back to Lyra, like Caius isn't there. 10 minutes later, Kalen taps a glass and the room falls silent. Thank you for coming, he says smoothly. Tonight I'm introducing someone who will be taking a larger role in Ironvale's future. He gestures to Lyra. Lyra stands smiling. Lyra Ashbourne will serve as my co-executive strategist, effective immediately, Kalen announces. She'll oversee operations, client relations, and long-term planning. Alawen's breath catches. Client relations, her work, her life, her spine. Applause fills the room. Lyra's smile widens. Kalen doesn't glance at Alawen once. After, wolves swarm Lyra with congratulations. Lyra catches Alawen's eye and walks over, voice warm enough for witnesses. Alawen, I hope there are no hard feelings. Kalen and I just work so well together. It's like we never stopped. Then she leans closer, voice for Alawen only. You were a placeholder, Lyra whispers. Someone to keep the seat warm until I came back. Alawen's vision blurs. Caius tugs her hand. Mom? Alawen forces a breath. Let's go, baby. They're halfway to the door when Kalen's voice stops them. Leaving already? Alawen turns. Kalen stands a few feet away, hands in pockets, calm. We're done here, Alawen says. The event isn't over. It is for us. Kalen's eyes flick to Caius. People will notice. Let them. You're making this harder than it needs to be. Alawen laughs hollow. I'm making it hard? You gave my job to your ex in front of everyone. It's business. It's humiliation. Kalen steps closer, voice dropping. Lower your voice. Alawen stares at him and sees it. He isn't worried about her. He's worried about his reputation. Goodbye, Kalen, she says quietly. She takes Caius' hand and walks out. Behind her, Lyra's laughter echoes through marble halls like a victory song. In the car, Caius stares out the window, face blank. Baby? Alawen asks softly. You okay? He doesn't answer for a long time. Then quietly, he doesn't want me, does he? Alawen's heart shatters. She pulls over, turns to face him. That's not true. He looked at that boy, Caius whispers. Not me. And he gave your job away, Caius says, voice cracking, because she's better than us. No. Alawen reaches for his hands. Listen to me. You are perfect. You are smart and kind and strong. If he can't see that, it's his loss. Caius blinks hard, eyes shining. One chance left, he whispers. Alawen nods, throat tight. One chance. When they get home, Alawen tucks him in, waits until his breathing evens, then goes to her office. She opens her encrypted folder. Evidence, photos, messages, witness statements from staff who watched Kalen neglect his mate and heir. Financial records showing who actually built Ironvale's stability. Everything she needs to leave clean. She opens a new message to a severance attorney. I need a consultation. Urgently. The reply comes fast. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Come alone. Alawen closes the laptop and sits in the dark. Across town, Kalen stands beside Lyra, pretending everything is fine. He doesn't know yet. Doesn't know his Luna has stopped waiting. Doesn't know his heir has started counting down. Doesn't know the bond is already fraying. One thread at a time. One chance at a time. And when the last one snaps, there won't be anything left to save. If you're as hooked as I am, smash that like button and drop a comment telling me, would you give Kalen another chance? Or is Alawen done for good? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join the pack now, because this story is about to get wild. The attorney's office smells like old leather and expensive coffee. Alawen sits straight backed across the desk, hands folded tightly in her lap, as the woman opposite her finishes reviewing the documents. The attorney is in her 50s, sharp-eyed, precise, someone who doesn't soften hard truths. This is solid, she says at last, tapping the folder. More than solid. If you invoke the severing right with this evidence, the council won't be able to deny it. Alawen swallows. How long does it take? 72 hours after filing. But once you begin, there's no undoing it. Your mate will fight. His pack will resist. You'll need somewhere safe. I have a place, Elowen says evenly. Neutral territory, northern border. And your son? He comes with me. The alpha will claim parental rights. Let him try. Elowen meets her gaze. He hasn't acted like a father in 5 years. I have witnesses. A faint smile flickers across the attorney's face. You've been planning this. I've been surviving, Elowen says quietly. Now I'm leaving. The attorney slides the document across the desk. Sign this, and the clock starts. Exactly 72 hours from the moment you file. Elowen picks up the pen. Her hand doesn't shake. She signs. When she returns to the penthouse, Caius is sitting at the kitchen table, crayons scattered everywhere. He looks up immediately. Did father call? Elowen sets her bag down. No, baby. He nods and goes back to drawing. 3 wolves. 1 large, 1 medium, 1 small. The smallest stands alone. Her chest tightens. What are you drawing? A pack. Where's the big wolf going? Caius pauses, crayon hovering. Away. Elowen kneels, brushing his hair back gently. I'm not going anywhere. But what if father makes you? He can't. He's the alpha. And I'm your mom, she says softly. That matters more. Caius studies her face for a long moment, then hugs her hard. 1 chance left, he whispers. Kaylin doesn't come home that night. Elowen doesn't call. She packs instead. Only the essentials. Documents, cash, Caius' favorite things. She hides the bags where Kaylin never looks and waits. 3 days later, the call comes. The Alpha requests your presence at the council meeting tonight, 8 p.m. Mandatory. What's the meeting about? A pause. Succession. Her blood turns cold. The council chamber is already full when Alawan arrives. Elders, board members, senior pack. Kaylin sits at the head of the table. Lyra is beside him. Elowen takes her seat without speaking. An elder rises. We're here to address concerns regarding the heir, Caius Drake. Elowen stands immediately. On what grounds? Emotional instability. According to who? Lyra stands smoothly. According to me. The room goes still. You don't know my son, Elowen snaps. I've observed him, Lyra says calmly. At school, at pack events. He's fragile, unfocused. Kaylin doesn't look up. I propose, Lyra continues, a temporary suspension of his succession rights until evaluation. Silence. All eyes turn to Kaylin. He hesitates, then nods. I'll consider it. Something inside Alawan fractures. She steps forward. Then I invoke the severing right. The room erupts in murmurs. Kaylin's head snaps up. You wouldn't dare! Alawan pulls the folded document from her bag and drops it onto the table. Already did. Dominance slams through the room as Kaylin rises, eyes flashing gold. Sit down. Alawan doesn't kneel. I'm done kneeling. Mom? Caius stands in the doorway, barefoot, clutching his stuffed wolf. I can be better, he whispers to Kaylin. Please. Kaylin says nothing. Lyra smiles softly. This isn't a place for children. The air shifts. Power floods the chamber. Caius's eyes flare silver gold. Several elders stagger back. Kaylin's wolf recoils, not in dominance but recognition. Elowen rushes forward, lifting Caius into her arms. You had 3 chances, she says quietly to Kaylin. You used them all. She walks out as chaos erupts behind her. The northern border smells like pine and clean water. Alawan watches Caius play in the clearing. Quieter now, but not broken. The messages won't stop. Where are you? Come home. You can't do this. She deletes them all. Then the attorney calls. The right has been filed, she says, but Kaylin is contesting it. Lyra submitted an unfit parent complaint. They're trying to take him. Yes, and they're coming. That night, headlights appear on the dirt road. 3 vehicles, Iron Veil crests. Elowen wakes Caius, but the front door slams open before they can move. Kaylin stands there, flanked by guards. You're coming home. No. Dominance floods the cabin. Caius steps forward. You don't get to be my father when it's convenient. The guards stumble. Kaylin freezes. Then more headlights. Neutral packed vehicles. A rival Alpha steps out. You're trespassing on neutral territory. Kaylin's fists clench. Elowin doesn't flinch. Goodbye, Kaylin. As the cars disappear down the road, her phone buzzes. Unknown number. A photo appears. Lyra, smiling, holding a small silver dagger. One line beneath it. If I can't have him, no one will. Elowin's blood runs cold, because she knows this isn't over. It's just begun. Back in Chicago, Kaylin's world is cracking. 3 days since Elowin invoked the severing rite. 3 days since she vanished with their son. 3 days of messages that go unanswered. Calls that hit voicemail. Trackers that return nothing. Kaylin stands in his office, staring at the Chicago skyline. Phone clenched in his fist. She can't just leave, he says. Lyra sits on the edge of his desk, legs crossed, perfectly composed. Technically, she can. The severing rite is pack law. Kaylin's mouth hardens into a line. She took my heir. Our heir, Lyra corrects softly. The pack's heir. Kaylin turns. What? Lyra stands, smoothing her dress. Caius isn't just your son, Kaylin. He's Iron Veil's future. And right now, he's in the hands of a woman who's clearly unstable. She's not unstable. Lyra's eyes sharpen. She invoked a severing rite in front of the entire council. She took a 5-year-old child across pack borders without authorization. She's hiding in neutral territory with a rival Alpha. Lyra steps closer. That sounds unstable to me. Kaylin stares at her. Lyra's voice drops, sweet and venomous. If you want your son back, you need to prove Elowin is unfit. File a custody claim. Force her to return. I'm not doing that. Then you'll lose him. Lyra tilts her head. Is that what you want? To let some rival Alpha raise your heir? Kaylin's wolf snarls beneath his skin. Lyra smiles. I'll draft the paperwork. She leaves, and Kaylin stands alone in his office, feeling something he hasn't felt in years. Doubt. By noon, the cracks widen. The Singapore client, Elowin's account, pulls out. We were told Ms. Valhart is no longer with the company, the client says over speakerphone. Without her, we're not interested in continuing. The board member sitting across from Kaylin goes pale. That contract was worth $15 million. I'm aware, Kaylin says coldly. Sir, we need to contact Elowin. She's the only one who can. She's unavailable. Then we need to find someone who can replace her. Kaylin's eyes cut to him. Lyra's handling it. The board member doesn't argue, but his expression says everything. By evening, another account falls, then another. Elowin's fingerprints are everywhere. In client relationships, in contract clauses, in negotiation strategies Kaylin didn't even realize she'd built. Without her, Iron Veil's corporate arm is bleeding. Kaylin calls an emergency board meeting. The room is tense. An elder stands. Alpha, we need to discuss the succession issue. Kaylin's jaw tightens. My son is safe. He's missing, the elder corrects, and the Luna who took him has severed her bond. That makes the heir vulnerable to rival claims. No one is claiming my son. The Silverstone Alpha is already offering protection, another board member says quietly. If Elowin accepts his offer permanently, she won't. How do you know? Kaylin doesn't answer. Because he doesn't. Lyra leans forward. Gentlemen, I've already begun drafting a response. We'll file a formal custody claim, force Elowin to return Caius to pack territory and... No, Kaylin says. Everyone stops. Lyra blinks. Kaylin! I said no. Kaylin stands. The severing rite is her legal right. I'm not challenging it. The room erupts. You're letting her leave? What about the heir? This is political suicide. Kaylin's voice cuts through the noise. This meeting is over. He walks out. Lyra follows, heels clicking on marble. Kaylin, wait. He spins. What do you want, Lyra? She stops, surprised by his tone. I'm trying to help you. she says. Are you? Her eyes narrow. What's that supposed to mean? Kaylin steps closer. You pushed for this. The custody claim, the succession challenge, all of it. Because your mate abandoned you. No. Kaylin's voice is quiet, dangerous. She left because I gave her no reason to stay. Lyra's face hardens. So this is my fault? I didn't say that. You're thinking it. Kaylin stares at her, and for the first time he sees it. The smile that doesn't reach her eyes. The way she always positions herself between him and anything that might pull him away. The way she's been systematically dismantling Alawan's life since the moment she arrived. Why did you come back? He asked quietly. Lyra blinks. What? 7 years ago you left. Now you're back. Why? Because I missed you. That's not an answer. Lyra's jaw tightens. I made a mistake leaving. I wanted to fix it. By destroying my family? I didn't destroy anything. Lyra's voice rises. Alawan did that herself. She's weak, Kaylin. She always was. And now she's using your son to manipulate you. Kaylin's wolf surges. Don't talk about my son. Your son who just displayed alpha-level dominance at 5 years old? Lyra's eyes flash. That's not normal, Kaylin. That's dangerous. He's a child. He's a weapon. Lyra steps closer. And if you don't control him, someone else will. Kaylin goes still. What did you just say? Lyra realizes her mistake too late. I meant, you called my son a weapon. That's not what I... Kaylin's phone rings. He answers without looking away from Lyra. What? A guard's voice. Panicked. Sir, there's been an incident at the northern border. Kaylin's blood runs cold. What kind of incident? Someone tried to breach the neutral territory, where your mate is staying. Kaylin's heart stops. Who? The guard hesitates. We don't know yet, but sir, it wasn't random. It was coordinated. Kaylin looks at Lyra. Her face is carefully blank. Too blank. I'm on my way, Kaylin says and ends the call. He turns to Lyra. Stay here. Kaylin, I said stay here. He walks out, and behind him Lyra pulls out her phone. She dials. A voice answers. It failed. Lyra's jaw clenches. How? The Silverstone guards were waiting, like they knew we were coming. That's impossible. Ma'am, I'm telling you, they knew. Lyra ends the call, and her perfectly composed mask cracks just slightly. Because if the attack failed, that means Alawan is still alive. And worse, she might know who sent them. Kaylin drives through the night, 2 guards in the car behind him. His phone rings again. Unknown number. He answers. What? Alawan's voice cuts through. Did you send them? Kaylin's chest tightens. Send who? The wolves who tried to break into the cabin tonight. What? No, I just heard about it. Are you? Don't. Her voice is ice. Don't pretend you care now. Alawan, I didn't send anyone, I swear. Then who did? Kaylin's mind races and lands on the only answer that makes sense. Where's Caius? He asks. Safe. Why? Keep him that way. Kaylin's hands tighten on the wheel. I think Lyra's trying to kill you. Silence. Then Alawan laughs. Sharp, bitter. Of course she is. I'm coming to you. Stay where you are. No. Alawan, you don't get to protect us now, Kaylin. You lost that right. I know. His voice cracks. I know, but please, let me help. Why? So you can take Caius back? No. So I can keep you both alive. Another pause. Then Alawan says quietly, if you're lying to me, I'm not. If you're working with her, I'm not. Kaylin exhales. I swear on the pact bond, I didn't know. Alawan is quiet for a long moment. Then she gives him an address and hangs up. Kaylin drives faster. Behind him in Chicago, Lyra makes another call. The Alpha's on his way to her, she says. Make sure he doesn't arrive in time. What about the Luna? Lyra's voice goes cold. If she won't leave voluntarily, make her leave permanently. And the child? Lyra pauses, then says something that seals her fate. The child, too. The line goes dead. And in the neutral territory cabin, Elowen stands at the window, watching the tree line. Caius is asleep upstairs. The Silverstone guards are positioned outside. But Elowen's wolf is screaming. Something's coming. She grabs her phone and texts the attorney. I need the severing rite finalized. Now. The reply comes fast. It's already in motion. Less than 24 hours left. Elowen exhales. 24 hours? She just has to survive 24 more hours. Then she and Caius are free. Then a sound cuts through the night. Growling. Not from the guards. From something bigger. Elowen moves to the stairs. Caius, get up! But before he can answer, the window shatters. Kaelin is 10 miles out when his phone rings again. The Silverstone Alpha. You need to get here. Now. Kaelin's heart pounds. What happened? They're under attack. 6 wolves. Professional. Armed. Where are your guards? Fighting, but they're outnumbered. Kaelin's wolf surges. I'm almost there. Hurry. The call ends. Kaelin floors it. Behind him, his guards follow. And ahead, in the darkness, he hears it. Howling. Not pack calls. Battle cries. Kaelin shifts mid-run as he bursts from the car. Wolf tearing through clothes. Mind focused on one thing. Get to them. He crashes through the tree line and sees chaos. Silverstone guards fighting 6 massive wolves. Bigger than normal, enhanced somehow. Mercenaries. The cabin door is open. Elowen stands in the doorway. Caius behind her, both of them surrounded by 3 more attackers. Kaelin doesn't think. He attacks. His wolf hits the first mercenary like a freight train, jaws closing around its throat. Ripping. The second turns. Kaelin's claws tear through its chest. The third lunges, and Caius steps forward. His eyes flash silver gold. Power erupts from the 5-year-old like a shockwave. Every wolf in the clearing stumbles. The mercenaries freeze, and Caius speaks, voice amplified, ancient, terrifying. Leave! The mercenaries run. Silence falls. Kaelin shifts back to human, breathing hard, covered in blood that isn't his. He looks at Elowen. She's staring at him, eyes wide. You came, she whispers. I told you I would. You're bleeding. I'm fine. Kaelin steps closer. Are you? We're okay. Elowen pulls Caius closer. But Kaelin, those weren't random attackers. I know, they were sent. I know. Elowen's eyes harden. By her. Kaelin nods, and something in his chest finally breaks. Not his bond, his denial. I need to end this, he says quietly. End what? Kaelin looks at her. Lyra, I need to stop her. How? By making her confess. The Silverstone Alpha steps forward. That's dangerous. I don't care. Kaelin's voice is steel. She tried to kill my family. I'm done playing politics. Elowen stares at him. Then she says something that changes everything. I'll help you. Kaelin blinks. What? You want proof? I'll get it. Elowen's eyes are cold. But after this, we're done. You understand? Kaelin's chest aches, but he nods. I understand. Elowen turns to the Silverstone Alpha. Can you keep Caius safe? The Alpha nods. With my life. Elowen kneels in front of Caius. Baby, I need you to stay here with the Alpha. Can you do that for me? Caius's eyes are still glowing faintly. Are you going to fight? Yes. Will you win? Elowen cups his face. Yes. Caius nods. Then he looks at Kaelin. If you hurt her again, Caius says quietly, I'll never forgive you. Kaelin's throat closes. I know, he whispers. Elowen kisses Caius' forehead, then stands. She looks at Kaelin. Let's finish this. They drive back to Chicago in silence. Elowen in one car, Kaelin in another. But they're both thinking the same thing. This ends tonight. When they arrive at Ironvale headquarters, it's past midnight. The building is dark except for one floor, Kaelin's office, where Lyra's waiting. Elowen stays in the car while Kaelin goes in first, hidden mic taped to his chest. provided by Elowen's attorney who's listening remotely. Kaylin steps off the elevator. Lyra is at his desk, reviewing files. She looks up and smiles. "You're back. Is everything—" "Why did you do it?" Kaylin asks. Lyra blinks. "Do what?" "Send mercenaries to kill Elowen and Caius." Lyra's face goes carefully neutral. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Don't lie to me." "Kaylin, I would never—" They track the call. Kaylin steps closer. "From your phone." Lyra goes still. Then she stands, slow and deliberate. "You're bluffing." "Am I?" Lyra's eyes narrow. "Even if I did, which I didn't, you have no proof." "I don't need proof." Kaylin's voice is quiet, deadly. "I know." Lyra laughs. "You know. Based on what? Your mate's paranoia?" "Based on the fact that you've been trying to destroy her since the moment you came back." "I was helping you." "No." Kaylin's voice hardens. "You were helping yourself." Lyra's mask cracks. "You don't know what you're talking about." "Then tell me." Kaylin steps closer. "Why did you come back, Lyra? The truth this time." Lyra's jaw clenches. Then she smiles, sharp and cold. "Because I realized something after I left," she says. "You were going to be powerful, and I wanted that power." Kaylin goes still. "I never loved you, Kaylin." Lyra's voice is ice. "I loved what you could give me. The title, the empire, the pack. And Elowen was in my way." Lyra shrugs. "So I removed her. By trying to kill her. By making her leave." Lyra's eyes flash. "But she didn't just leave. She took the air. So yes, I escalated." "You tried to murder my family." "I tried to eliminate a threat." Lyra steps closer. "That child is too powerful, Kaylin. And powerful things need to be owned before someone else claims them. And I'd rather it be me than some rival alpha." Kaylin's wolf snarls. "You're done," he says quietly. Lyra laughs. "You think you can get rid of me? I have the board. I have the contracts. I have everything. You have nothing." The elevator dings. Elowen steps out. Lyra's face drains. "Hello, Lyra," Elowen says quietly, and holds up a phone. Recording. Lyra lunges, but Kaylin moves faster, grabbing her arm, twisting it behind her back. "It's over," he growls. Lyra struggles, snarling. "You can't prove anything." "We just did." Elowen's voice is calm. "Every word. Recorded." The elevator opens again. Pack elders step out. They heard everything. One elder steps forward. "Lyra Ashbourne, you're under arrest for conspiracy, attempted murder, and treason against the pack." Lyra screams, "You can't do this. I was helping him." "Take her," the elder says. Guards drag Lyra away, still screaming. "If I can't have him, no one will. You hear me, Elowen? No one." The elevator doors close. Silence. Elowen and Kaylin stand alone in his office. "It's done," Elowen says quietly. Kaylin nods. "Thank you." Elowen looks at him. "For what?" "For not giving up on me, even when I deserved it." Elowen's expression softens. "I didn't do it for you. I did it for Caius." "I know." They stand there, and Kaylin realizes this is it, his last chance. "Elowen," he says quietly, "I know I don't deserve it, but don't." She holds up a hand. "Don't ask me to stay." "I wasn't going to." She blinks. Kaylin steps closer. "I was going to ask if I could try to be the mate you deserved, the father Caius deserves." "Kaylin." "I know I failed." His voice cracks. "I know I chose wrong, every time. But if you'll let me, I want to try again." Elowen stares at him, and Kaylin sees it, the war in her eyes, the part of her that still loves him, and the part that knows love isn't enough. "I'll think about it," she says finally. It's not a yes, but it's not a no. Kaylin nods and watches her walk away. Again. Exactly 72 hours after filing, the severing right is finalized. The bond is officially broken. Elowen and Caius are free. They stand in the neutral territory cabin packing. The Silverstone Alpha arrives. "Where will you go?" he asks. Elowen looks at Caius. I don't know yet. The alpha steps closer. I have a proposition. Elowen turns. My pack has territory in the mountains, he says. Safe, isolated, perfect for a Luna and her heir. I'm not a Luna anymore. You're always a Luna. The alpha's eyes are warm. And Caius, he's special. He'll need protection, training, a pack that understands his power. Elowen's chest tightens. What are you offering? The alpha smiles. Sanctuary, for as long as you need it. And in return? Nothing. He pauses. Unless you want there to be something. Elowen understands. He's offering more than sanctuary. He's offering a future. Before she can answer, a car pulls up. Kaelin steps out. The Silverstone Alpha stiffens. Kaelin walks up, eyes only on Elowen. I heard you were leaving, he says. The bond is severed, Elowen says. There's nothing keeping me here. I know. Kaelin's voice is quiet. But I wanted to ask, can I see him? Sometimes? Elowen looks at Caius. Caius stares at Kaelin. You broke your promises, Caius says. Kaelin kneels. I know. You made Mom cry. I know. You chose someone else. I know. Kaelin's voice breaks. And I'm sorry. I can't fix what I did. But if you'll let me, I want to try to be your father, the one you deserved. Caius is quiet for a long moment. Then he says, prove it. Kaelin blinks. How? Actions. Caius's eyes flash silver gold. Not words. Kaelin nods. Okay. Caius turns to his mother. Elowen's eyes are wet. She looks at the Silverstone Alpha, then at Kaelin, then at her son, and makes a choice that will change everything. We're staying, she says. The Silverstone Alpha's face falls. Kaelin's eyes widen. What? Not with you, Elowen clarifies. Not yet. Maybe not ever. But Caius deserves a chance to know his father. And you deserve a chance to prove you've changed. Kaelin's chest aches. Elowen, but if you fail, she says, voice hard, if you hurt him again, there won't be a third chance. We'll leave, and you'll never see us again. Kaelin nods. I understand. Elowen turns to the Silverstone Alpha. Thank you for everything. The Alpha smiles sadly. If you change your mind, I know where to find you. He leaves, and Elowen, Kaelin, and Caius stand in the clearing, a broken family trying to heal. Caius looks up. Can we go home now? Elowen kneels. Where's home, baby? Caius thinks, then says, wherever we're all together. Elowen's throat closes. She looks at Kaelin. He's crying. For the first time in 7 years, Kaelin Drake is crying, and Elowen realizes something. Maybe broken things can be fixed. Maybe not all the way, but enough. Enough to try. She takes Caius' hand. Kaelin steps forward, hesitant, and Caius reaches for him too. The three of them stand there. Not a perfect family, but a family trying, and sometimes that's enough. The end. Or is it? Because in the shadows, someone watches. A woman with dark eyes and a dangerous smile. Someone who knows about the double crown heir. Someone who wants that power for themselves. And whispers into a phone. The Alpha is weak, the Luna is distracted, and the child, she smiles. The child is perfect. And this time, we won't miss. To be continued. And that's where we're leaving it for now. If you want part 2, where we find out who that mysterious woman in the shadows is, whether Kaelin can truly earn back his family, and what happens when Caius' full double crown power awakens, then you need to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, this story doesn't go viral without you. So if you love this, share it with someone who needs a good werewolf romance, drop a like, and comment below. Team Kaelin or Team Silverstone Alpha? I'm reading every single comment. Thanks for being part of the pack. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay wild.